All right, welcome back to the Field of Dreams movie site. The Field of Dreams becomes the Field of Streams as we continue here from Center Court, the American Cornhole Organization, CornyForty Classic, live from the Field of Dreams movie site. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Side by side with Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, as we return to Center Court. This one is going to be literally a barn burner.
Absolutely. In the barn, Finn. You were coming up with a really good one.
I'll tell you what, it's almost like I do this for a living.
Hey, we have the American Cornhole's #1 player, Kaleb Hurt, coming in here against Michael Chittenden. And they've finished their down and backs, and they're ready to kick it off right here.
They're ready to bring it. They've exchanged taters. Kaleb, the #1 seed for the tournament, and our #1 player of the season. He and Austin Cameron kind of holding on to that tug of war back and forth, 1-1, and #1 for the season. And boy, I tell you, Kaleb has parlayed this into quite a bit. He took that Jeffersonville Invitational, took the big check home from that one. He's trying to do the same here, not only today in the CornyForty Classic, but also in the Dream Team Invitational, which takes place in doubles form here in the barn tomorrow here at the Field of Dreams movie site. Michael Chittenden playing out of the Hoosier State, Indiana.
Yep. And I tell you what, a lot of people don't know who Michael Chittenden is.
Oh, they will.
But he's wearing this CornyForty jersey for a reason.
Oh, no question.
The man can flat play.
Comes in at number 20 in the top 40, top 40 players in the ACO. He's got a high bag, and he was one of those that we were worried about. He and Zach Rush wondered if maybe this beam situation here in Center Court might be an issue for him. But to be honest with you, not in the least. And it's an optical illusion to a degree, but it certainly is something that I'm sure probably catches you in your periphery at some point as a player, and you're like, uh-oh. But these guys don't seem to be fazed by it in the least as they continue to get that arm swing out. And I'll tell you what, Chittenden jumps out to a 4-0 lead, which is not easy to do on Kaleb Hurt.
That's right. Oh, and there's 3 more, and he's 7.
More. Yep, that's going to take it 7-0. And again, it's single elimination, best of 3.
And Michael's 8 for 8 so far with the bags.
He's 8 for 8. Hustles down from one side to the other with Terry T-Bone Dawson speed.
That would be a hustle for Terry T-Bone Dawson. Who is here, actually.
T-Bone is still playing. We have a list of our CornyForty who've already been eliminated. There's some big names on that elimination list. Maggie Geiger, not the least of which, who just was taken down by Spencer Garner in the best of 3. He took game 1, she took game 2 to push to game 3, and he finished off in game 3, so he advances through the Score-Holio bracket.
Yeah. Blake Carnick's been eliminated, heck of a player.
Yes, he is, the Beast.
Yeah.
The Beast. We thought he might have a shot to win it all, but, we still have our king, Craig Irvin. He's in there, and Kaleb runs it off the back.
Yeah. 2 kings are still in there.
Yeah, there are. 2 kings. Fergie is still in. Gary Ferguson, our previous king from season 16. Season 17 king Craig Irvin continuing to battle. We have courts around the property here, and so everybody's battling different different elements of the weather. At times, the wind kicking up outside.
Yeah, you're awful glad to hear your name called to come up here inside the barn.
Yes, sir.
For the barn burner, as you called it.
Yes, and if you are thinking, okay, Field of Dreams barn, that red barn that's in the movie that's right next to the house? Yeah, exactly. It's that barn that used to be a straw and hay bale barn, and now it's been converted into a killer events center. And I'll tell you what, Dan Evans and his entire team with Go the Distance have done a fantastic job curating and keeping an eye on this property. The Kinsella family farm from the movie, one of 2 farms that they used for the movie for different shots, but this is the one that everybody comes to from a movie site perspective, and we're thrilled to be nice bag there by Kaleb. He's going to go ahead and bust that goose egg, take it from 8-0 to 8-2, and he will grab a little refreshment and work his way down to the other end as Chittenden grabs and collects weapons for both players. But I'll tell you what, the corn is about 10 foot high right now. We've got some great visuals out here. The weather's cooperating nicely. The food trucks are cranking. And the tourists that just normally are here on a given weekend are having a fun time. I think keeping an eyeball on the ACO. Yeah, it sure is.
And you talk about the corn everywhere you go. Any road you turn down to get into this place, it's a cornfield.
Yeah. If they say go to the corn and take a left, you're never getting anywhere. I'll tell you that much.
I did go past one that had a side of beans on the left.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, there are soybeans. Yeah. There are soybeans on the occasion. Chittenden reaches. He has a long stretch. I mean, you got that big arm swing from Kaleb Hurt. He's got that big pendulum-like swing, and then you've got just that kind of launch, and it almost Chittenden, when he throws, it looks like he's going to fall forward, so that's going to be a 4-spot right there. Kaleb works his way back to cut that lead from 8-2 on to 8-6. We saw his brother earlier, Isaac Hurt. He took down Bob Heil in a best of 3. He took down 2 out of 3 there. And
another big name eliminated, Bob Heil.
Yeah, big name in stature as well.
Yeah.
6'13", I think he is.
He thinks he's 6'13". Sometimes.
I was afraid he's going to bump his head on the chandelier in here, but he worked his way out of here all right without any head injury, so that was good. But, 1988, they came out and scouted this farm for the movie. In 1989, Universal released Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner, Amy Madigan, so many others, and it's just been a piece of legend. It's really Americana legend at this point. And the opportunity to be here amongst the corn with the best in the world of throwing it is really quite an honor.
Absolutely. These are the best in the world in our top 40.
Mm-hmm.
And they have been showing it so far. And like I said,
nice
what's a
bag.
nice bag.
Boy, and he stepped out to the right, did Michael right, and he brought that thing in like a saw blade. It grabbed hold and took them both. That was very, very nicely done.
Now, like I said, a lot of people, you don't hear my name Michael Chittenden around a lot, but I've seen him play several times, and this man's got game. That's for daggum sure. Shout out to my man Chandler Lambert back home hollering at us.
We have different folks kind of streaming in here, no pun intended, to catch the action on center court. Just folks that are here to visit the Field of Dreams, coming in, have a seat on the straw bales, and check it out for a little while. A little air condition never hurt anybody.
Yeah, really.
Certainly didn't hurt these boards. Oh, up and over. Boy, I thought he was going to be close right there, but there's a bag out of play, and Kaleb takes advantage of that. He spins this bag, does Michael, lets it go, leans forward into it, drops it down, and gives up 2.
After the 8-0 start by Michael Chittenden, Kaleb has gone on an 8-0 run himself.
Couple of snowmen here in the middle of the cornfield right now. So
we got a game too?
No.
13.
13.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not really big on the math, but I went ahead and did that one in my head.
You did good. That was actually a test for you, Fred.
It was. I passed it with flopping colors. But, I tell you, they've had some great events out here. Major League Baseball, obviously, the last 2 years, with Chicago now 2-0, with the White Sox and the Cubs taking those first 2 games. And no game from MLB coming this year. He tried that same shot, tried to grab that bag, and he overreached just a little bit, lost it off the side. But no game out here as they continue the development of this site. And they've got big, big plans, but that doesn't mean we won't be back. Our plan is to be here every single year. So we're looking forward to bringing the home of professional cornhole to the home of the coolest corn on the planet. Oh, that's going to be a big one right there. There's a 5-spot to break that snowman tie.
I've already put a piece of tape on my seat for next year.
Have you?
Just letting you know.
Hold that spot.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hold the spot.
Very good. Very good. So if you're streaming along with us on the ACO Digital Network, glad to have you along for the ride. You can also catch it in high definition at AmericanCornhole.com, embedded there on the homepage, where you'll see shout out to all of our sponsors as well. Kia, our friends from Finn and Kia here in Dubuque. They brought out some cars that are just killing. They got an electric car out there that's just gorgeous.
That nice blue car. That's the one you're talking about,
that's
man.
The one. It's 0 to 60 in a blink of an eye, that one. And they can't even keep them on the lot. They're sold. These sold, the one that are here being shown are already sold.
Really?
So it's
so
just.
How much you had to pay for it, Finn? Did you get a big discount?
I said, is this a buy one, get one free? And they said, no, buy one, get 2 for the same price. But, no, they've been great to work with here, Kia National, and also Finn and Kia, which is nice bag right there. How about that? He was able to grab it and drag it.
That was a point saver right there, because he had one bag off, and he only gave up one. It could have been a big round.
Sure was, but he had the confidence to throw it. He knew he was going to do it, and very nicely saved right there. Also, our friends at Molson Coors. I see a lot of ice cold Miller Lights, Coors Lights, Leinenkugel. They got that summer shandy working. Here, the Vizzy, that new Vizzy drink that everybody seems to be into. That's awesome.
Hampton Farms peanuts are everywhere. That's for sure. As they are stacking them up. Shout out to Jason Gunn coming online. Nice shot, Michael Chittenden. He is shooting the airmail at will. Get you some, Michael Chittenden. There he goes again, and he grabs 4 on a beautiful airmail drag in the middle of that round.
Very nicely done.
Yes.
And it just tightens the gap a little bit. Just a little seesaw battle. They found themselves spread apart early, tied up at 8, back to 14 on 12. Kaleb Hurt holds that blue lane high seed advantage there just a little bit.
I'll tell you, I am liking the game of Michael Chittenden.
Yeah. Very confident.
Yeah, he does.
Very confident
Plays with confidence.
And he has a very high, and they have such different pitches. I mean, and Caleb's throwing high. He seems to be throwing higher than he normally does, but that one bounces off the back. Chittenden comes in. He's going to
he's okay with that.
Plug it up and then push it through. There's a little blocker to.
And he's hit these airmails. Let's see if he goes up.
Up and over. Oh, there it is. And he drags it off the front left.
Is 100% so far as Kaleb follows him right in. No.
There we go.
Nothing but the net.
It's an air show.
Yeah, there we go. The Blue Angels have arrived.
Yes, they have.
But Michael's going to pick up 3 because Kaleb got over in the fast lane.
He did. He took one right off the backside there on the first bag, and that came back to haunt him after the last bag. So 15 on 14, he grabs that first, or gets that point lead back. He still holds on to that first bag.
Yeah. Miss Tabor's just saying she's glad we made it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I rode with Russell and Mark Smothers. I'm glad I made it. Huh?
Yeah, you had quite the ride up here, I'll tell you that much.
A lot of fun, though. Man, I'm telling you, I'm impressed with Michael Chittenden's airmails. He is throwing the lucky bag, showtime.
Mm-hmm.
Kaleb throwing that 724 Project 13s.
Same ones that
his brother
being thrown by Isaac a little while ago.
Nice. Picked up 2 points. He tried to get over and get 4.
Just a little bit of a seesaw working right here. And again, this is single elimination. Best 2 out of 3 as these guys work their way through our bracket. Thanks to our friends at Cornhole as well. Tournament management system just killing it. I mean, that's what, and a system like that's great because when you're at a place like this, it's so spread out. You just carry your phone with you. You know where you're supposed to be and when you're supposed to be there. It beats the heck out of having to be inside of earshot of a loudspeaker and that sort of thing. Oh, nice airmail right there. You saw that go up. I know that was the chandelier started shaking right there. Nice bag. What a collection.
He didn't want to go to the air show that time.
What a great collection, though.
About 15 to 16. Is that what you and Boogie called a tie game in Branson, right? It's tied up at 16 to 15?
He said it's tied at 18-16. I said, what? What you say?
Yeah. Okay. Get you some, is what he said. Nice 4-bagger.
That's
each.
The beauty of the Boogie accent there. Tied and tight sound exactly the same.
Yep. I know one thing. It got a lot of laughs out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And now these guys are just throwing it in the hole.
Yep. I heard that's how you win this game.
Absolutely. You know how you beat your opponent? You put more bags in the hole than he did.
I've heard a little something about that.
That's it. Oh, and there, now we got one out of play by the number 1 player. And Michael liked it so well, he thought he'd go on the other side. And that one hung up. It's a possibility. It doesn't sit on the slick side. It might come back. We'll just dirty you up right there.
Yeah, go ahead and cause that problem for you. Now we got ourselves a game to 5.
Absolutely. I got your math going strong today, Finn.
Yeah. You might have to grow a couple of extra fingers, though, because it might fail me here by the end of the day.
I know one thing, as late as it got out at the Worlds, my math was struggling a little bit, too. But I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Sitting right here, calling some great cornhole action from the CornyForty of the ACO.
This is the good stuff right here. And to be able to do it in a place like this is just great. And I know we can't talk about it enough, and not one picture will do it justice. But you got to get a chance to come out here and just spend a day or two.
Wow. And now Michael can force Kaleb to have to go in the hole right here. Keep the game going. And he does, but that puts Michael on that 20.
Right on the 20, yep.
Yeah. Very nice, 20 to 16. Michael Chittenden trying to prove he is worthy of being here.
Oh, there's no question. He is. I think he is one of those guys, too, that comes in very quiet.
Flies under the radar.
Very, very quiet. Just has a methodical game, just nicely done. And it's interesting because that's also the attributes of Caleb's game. Yeah. Just a quiet guy that comes in and just performs time and time again. But it almost is like watching Kaleb play Kaleb.
The problem is Kaleb, he wins so much, everybody knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yep.
Michael Chittenden's still waiting on that big win. And this Kaleb looks like he could pick up 2 here. Michael's thinking about shooting this. He looked at the scoreboard. He's thinking about trying to drag that.
He's going to go in low.
That's smart play, I think.
Take what he can take.
Yep. And Kaleb puts that last one right down center Main Street with great rotation.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But what a match we got going on right here. You think Kaleb was going to come in here and blow out a Michael Chittenden? That's not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
And it's 20-18. Michael's ahead right now.
He just kind of holds that bag almost like it's almost like a little biscuit. He's just flipping it like he's he's just waiting for it to cool off.
Oh, and that's exactly what Michael wanted when he threw that block.
Make him leave it up.
Yeah. Oh, and that's 2 good pushes.
Really nice.
That's nice. And he's going to run right through this one if he's smart.
Come around the right side.
Yep,
oh,
there
yeah,
it
he
is.
did push through, yeah.
He's looking at grabbing game 1 right here. Got to go in to do it, though. Might be a harder shot than you expect. Well, what I call it, did I not?
And you can have all the magic in the world. That last bag.
That last bag.
The hardest one to throw.
Yep.
Besides the first bag.
It really is. But no harm, no foul. Score's still 20-18. Kaleb still with first bag. Right down the center. As usual. Man, what a great game. This is our 3rd game we've had here, Finn, and it's been great games after great game after great game.
Well, we're playing all over the property here. We've got boards set up outside here in center court as the higher seed games roll their way up in here to center court on the stream. But we've seen and heard that in the outer perimeter courts, we're looking at a lot of 3-game setups, too.
Yeah.
We've seen multiple.
Oh, and now we got a game to 1. Now, who's going to make this mistake,
Well, and I tell you what, that last frame right there, Michael wishes he had that back
man.
because that was clockwork. He should have had that right up the middle. It was wide open, and he should have had it and done it right there. And that's the one that you think about on the ride home.
Yeah, when you don't finish off a Kaleb Hurt, when you got a chance to finish him off, it can definitely come back and haunt you. We could be staring at game 2 already, and instead, Kaleb's still in this game, and it's 20-20, and nobody can make a mistake. Not bad. He'll take that. And he got exactly what he wanted. Now all he got to do is throw this bag in the hole, and it should finish it off. Nope. No, there it is. They don't even have to throw this one. That's going to do it. Game's over. They called it.
Yep, they're going to go ahead and call it. So Michael Chittenden takes game 1 of a single elimination best of 3, 21-20. I have a feeling we may see 3 games
I think we
at
might.
21-20. So we'll continue to reset here, let these guys get their weapons straight. Michael will start game 2. He will start game 2, and then we will find out if we're going to need a game 3 here in just a moment. But it's interesting, too, to watch Kaleb when he gets down to the last 2 bags.
Wow.
He'll when he gets down to these last 2, you'll watch him. He'll flip them 1 in each hand. And to me, in my head, I'm always looking at him thinking, which hand's he going to use? Is he going to pick a different hand? Is he going to go left-handed with this?
There you go, right there, huh?
Yeah, he'll flip them back now when it's his. Yeah, watch him here.
Absolutely.
Just flip, flip, flip. Okay, no, he's not going to mess around. He's going to grip it, rip it, and go. And he pulled it just a little bit. And we saw this a lot at the Worlds, him pulling it to the left.
Look at Michael.
How about that shot? What a shot.
Oh, come on. It's going.
There it
goes.
All right, so basically what that does is minimizes the damage right there. What a beautiful shot that Chittenden made there to get this off to a 4-0 start in game 2 with 1 under his belt and a best of 3 single elimination. And I'll tell you what, number 24 on the CornyForty, number 16 seed today, coming in here to Dyersville at the Field of Dreams movie site. A very deliberate walk back to collect his weaponry, his Lucky showtimes there that looked nice against that CornyForty jersey.
Absolutely.
That he was awarded for his efforts.
Saw Mr. Case walking around the property a few minutes ago.
Certainly did. Charlie Case from Lucky's.
What about the confidence Michael Chittenden's showing to even go after to try to drag that bag?
Well, and I got to wonder, too, because, we're outside the regular season. Yeah. The new season 18 starts up here next weekend in Lake Charles, Louisiana. But you're outside the season. You've got really just a great trip under your belt no matter what happens. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain, and he's playing like he's got nothing to lose.
Would you call this a big upset if Mr. Chittenden were to pull this match off?
It'd be monumental.
I think so, especially and this could be a big round right here.
Up and over.
He got it, man.
I'll tell you what, that was nicely done because he didn't really have all of that up front. That's a 10 spot.
That's a 10 spot.
So he's going to turn that 4-0 on its ear, and he's probably his thumb will be exhausted from hitting the Scorholio score pad there. A 10 spot, you don't see that ever. Double digits.
You talk about a bag that you'd like to have back. That is a round that Mr. Chittenden right there would like to have back.
Yeah, and look at the difference it made there in that first bag from Kaleb too. It's just right down the middle. He's got a little bit of swagger back there in that pitch right down the middle.
That'll give you a little bit of confidence, those 10 spots, and they're hard to recover.
You think?
They're hard to recover from against a player like Kaleb Hurt.
Hey, I don't want to diminish your point there, but I've been involved in a lot of 10-spot frames, just so you know.
It'll demoralize you, too, right?
Yeah, I've never been on the winning end of one of those, but I've given them up.
Let's see if Chittenden can push his bag in and go with it.
Look at that.
Just got them all?
It looked like they dropped in and they grabbed a foot and just pulled it into the pool. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty crazy.
Sitting
looking.
On the side of the pool, like you say.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. You talked about this Choose Your Weapon program, all the different bag manufacturers that we've got represented here. But what's interesting is these bags, as you mentioned before, they're all new. So it's not as if they were able to bring these from home and then the next thing you know, it's you got your typical bags and they're all broken in. I mean, they're having to figure out how to play, even if it's a bag line that they're comfortable with. They're trying to figure out the best way to comfortably play them with shots that maybe they're not able to make with them being newer like this.
Well, the point you're trying to make is I talked to Kaleb right before this game. I said, you're throwing these 724s. That's what you normally throw. He said, yeah, but these are a lot faster than mine. Look at that right there.
There's a couple shot off the back right there as you talked about the speed of those. And they just rocketed off the back.
He threw that one about as hard as his brother threw earlier today. We saw. And that's a big mistake by Michael Chittenden. He's still going to pick up 3 points, but that could have evened the game up right there. And that last bag is just something about how elusive that hole is sometimes.
How small it gets.
Yeah.
Got a good group of folks, other members of CornyForty, Barry Hempy and Isaac, his little brother there, Isaac Hurt, Justin Duke, Jay Bougie, Lane Cruz, Michael Walters.
Yeah.
See Joel Karnick, whose son Blake was part of the tournament until recently, and now enjoying the air conditioning around center court on the straw bale seating. It's kind of fun here in the barn as these guys continue to pound away at each other. 10-on-7. Kaleb Hurt, the number 1 seed. And
that hurts too right
top
there.
of the table for the season in season 17. Oh, boy. And that's
he got it to drip in. He's going to pick up 3.
A little tumble dry action there, and Michael's going to grab a little reset here out of his water bottle, and Spencer Garner making his way back in here. I see the SVC family. Certainly Caleb's girlfriend is here. She's a pretty good player in her own right. She's actually shown very well here in season 17.
Well, we've talked about it several times. If you're going to be hanging around the Hurts, you better be able to pick a bag up.
Better be able to play. Saw him playing in some qualifier action yesterday. We watched Isaac and Kaleb play with their dad, Rex, and their sister's an accomplished player as well. It's all in the family, for real.
I have never seen the mother pick a bag up yet. Now.
That's because she's got a handful of camera all the time.
I saw her there biting her nails earlier. She will not sit over there with the fans. And it's going to be another 3 spot for Kaleb. Fixing to take him to 16. Yep.
Oh, boy. And you know what? That one where he needed it to minimize damage but couldn't do it to maximize damage. And that is, because I don't play to this competitive level, but I have played sports at that level, the things that you do think about afterward. If I could have, should have, would have. I mean, but there seems to be so much more of that in this game because there are so many bags thrown over the course of a 3-game match.
True. Now Kaleb has left the door open for Mr. Chittenden to try to grab some.
Coming alongside the board from the outside arm.
Man, he's got such pretty rotation. The bag hits flat and just runs straight to the hole.
And again, we talked about the different styles of throwing. I mean, again, that pendulum swing that Kaleb has, so consistent. He keeps it in close to his body. I've been told that's really the key to a good delivery. But Michael, his is just more from shooting from the hip, but his seems to be more about when you let that bag go across, because he comes across his body just a little bit and kind of flicks it. Yeah, and he did that. He did it there, and he moved it off. He jerked it just a little bit to the left, so they're going to wash that one off as well and stay with 16-on-7 as Kaleb fights to even it up.
That's back-to-back rounds. Michael could have scored and cut into this lead that Kaleb Burt's got going at 16-7. The Howard brothers are from back home are on the line watching with us.
Don't forget, you can also check this out in high definition on the American Cornhole Organization webpage, AmericanCornhole.com, if you're looking for any information on how to maybe be part of this event next year.
How about that?
He's got some nads on him. Those are Hampton Farm size.
He does.
Right there.
Absolutely, because he is far away, and he has not missed one yet.
No, he's got that confidence back after getting up that 10 spot.
Could be 6.
He needs it. It's 6 he needs. Can he do it with an open board?
No.
No, he can't. Good Lord.
I think you jinxed him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to blame it on you.
I'm the one that jinxed him. You know what jinxed him? The game of Cornhole jinxed him. Season 17 jinxed him. It happened every single time. I don't think it didn't happen.
No, I'm telling you.
Once.
He still gets 4, though.
I'll take him.
16-11, absolutely. And you take the last 2 rounds back, this game could be even or he could be ahead.
Could be, would be, should be.
Yeah.
Isn't. And they just continue to drop the thunder on that board here on the west side of the event center, also known as the barn, which everybody's fighting to get into here, not just because it's air conditioned, but because it represents center court accomplishment here in the ACO Go the Distance Festival. What a weekend. There it is. He drips it in that front side, leaves that wide open. Kaleb should.
He may try to get that bag to come back. He may try to go after that bag.
I think he should.
He's still got a 5-point lead.
It looks like it wants to come in on its own.
There.
Oh, boy.
He gives up too.
And he sandwiched it.
Yeah.
All right. So, again, it goes back to what we said. Don't get too down on yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't get too high on yourself. Just maintain and move along.
I think if he didn't have the 5-point lead, he might not have tried to go get that one. At least got a wash out of it.
You know, it's interesting, too. You see different styles of throwing, but also different styles of how you handle yourself between frames. And, you know, some players hold all 4 bags. Some players send them down like Michael does on the back side of the board, which I think is more respectful to the person you're throwing against.
Absolutely.
Not picking them up off the front corner of the board while your opponent is throwing their bag.
Very nice blocks.
Nicely done. He'll come in up and over the top. Oh, boy, he just missed it.
He's seen the struggle that Kaleb's had. And that's the first one he's missed.
That's a big favor right there. No, he says, all right, I'll see your blocker, and I'll raise you one. Up and over. And the confidence was a little overconfident just then. And there it is. There was no doubt what was going to happen.
No.
That came in on the zip line right there.
I think that's going to be the game.
All right, they're going to tally up. One off the back.
I think it's 5, actually.
And that's it. All right, game number 2 now goes to Kaleb Hurt. Guess where we're going, Phillip?
Game 3, baby. That's what.
Hey.
Once we start them, they keep on rolling, buddy.
When we signed up for this gig, we said we want a bunch of 3s. We want a bunch of 3-game matches up in that barn.
We won't.
Kaleb will take that first bag back as the higher seed. He started in game 1, seeded it to Michael in game 2. They exchanged the taters.
Yeah.
Glistening under the hot spotlight of the center court here in the air-conditioned yet still stress-packed barn. representing center court here for the CornyForty Classic, the American Cornhole Organization. Go the Distance Festival this weekend. It's been a blast. We got here Wednesday. We wrap things up late tomorrow. Lots of great action still to come. We've got the doubles championship happening tomorrow, and that is going to be a lot of fun. That Dream Team Invitational, $25,000 purse on the line.
Yeah. And you might see a lot of these guys we're showcasing right here today.
No question.
Right back up here tomorrow.
Yep. All of them were invited to bring their own partner and get ready to go. So it's going to be a fun day. Now the winner of this match, as nicely done, drips that in there. No blood, no foul on frame number 1, game number 3. But the winner of this match, part of their prize package, is an opportunity to come spend the night in the Kinsella House here on the Field of Dreams movie site. They have exclusive use of the ball field that was created just for the movie from Universal Studios back in the day. A really, really cool prize package full of swag as well from the Baseballism store, which is just too cool. Just some great stuff. There's still some cool stuff. They've got some gear from the Reds-Cubs game that was here just a couple of weeks ago. So lots of cool stuff to get. If you're Yankees fans, Dodgers fans, there's all kinds of baseball-based stuff here if you get a chance to come out.
That was a good bag.
Those two are coming. Those two are coming. I think Kaleb probably cleaned them up just to get them out of the way.
He got 2 to drop.
He did. Now he's just going to take a time out and go down and look at it. And so I guess the question becomes, if he pushes that middle one in, is that one on the left ready to go as well, or can he just follow it in and call it a day on the wash?
I think he just gets 2 right here, just throw it on the board.
Just leave it on the board?
Leave it on the board, pick up 2.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. And that's a hard side, too, try to just make it on the board.
Yeah, he's setting it up and laying it low.
Very low.
That's well done.
Very low.
Well done. I don't think he could have gone up there and laid it down where he wanted it more than that. So he's going to pick up those early 2 points. Michael Chittenden, as he works to take the 2 of 3. That's, again, single elimination. If he were to take down the number 1 seed, there's a lot more people that will be watching Michael Chittenden games leading up to what will be our final. That's a fact.
Absolutely. This Michael has nothing to be ashamed of. He's handled himself so far on center court today against the number 1 ranked player in the ACO.
Yep,
Mr.
and if you ask Google who's the best cornhole player in the world, guess who Google tells you?
Kaleb Hurt. Is that what Google says, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll ask him on the way home.
Yeah, Rex, his dad, told me that every once in a while he tells Isaac to go ahead and Google that.
I think that those roles might change.
You think?
Over the next couple of years.
They very well could. Who knows? He'll be wearing the golden crown here as the king of cornhole coming up.
Absolutely. Like I said, I think Isaac's maturity each year has gotten better and better. And the way he threw at Branson in the doubles part of that it's coming. I'm telling you right now, it's coming. If he takes it serious and stays with it, it's coming.
Well, even earlier here against Bob Heil, who gave up. It was just a very bizarre final frame to end that game. I mean, I don't even think they knew it was over when it was over. And I saw Isaac outside. He said, "I should have lost that game." I said, "Yeah, you should have, but guess what? You didn't."
That's right.
So he knows.
Oh, nice bag.
I guarantee you that sets his focus in a whole new position coming back next time on center court. So Michael with 1 off the back.
Yeah, he just needs to go in here.
Got to go ahead and do what he needed to do there to minimize.
Only gave up the 3. Yep, 7-2. Kaleb Hurt. Nice bag. Beautiful rotation. I couldn't make my bag spin like that that many times if I had him trying to help me.
Yeah. Well, if I put it on a turntable, I couldn't.
Ain't no lie, man. And believe it or not, that helps cut the wind when they're playing outside.
Oh, no
the wind,
question.
It helps. Oh,
you know, it's interesting when he comes in and puts that angle on that bag, coming right to left, which we've seen him do is nicely done there. Great collection. When he comes in hard to do that, and usually he's trying to grab another bag. It's almost coming in twice as hard as his other pitch right there. So 10-on-2. Kaleb looks like he's ready to put this bad boy to bed, but as we've seen time and time again on this center court and many others leading up to this one, Philip, it's still anybody's game at this point.
We are definitely not counting this game over. By no means. That's Kaleb trying to keep the pressure on. And I think Michael has been trying to throw some blocks because he's been winning the airmail game a little bit.
More defensive play.
A little push and replace right here would be nice. Hello,
wouldn't it? Again, there's something to be said about being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
There's also something to be said about being able to go out and do it.
That's right.
There's a one he wouldn't have back.
Look at this.
Came across
he went after that
so
bag.
Close. Well, look at it. Look where he left it.
He definitely went after it.
So close.
Nice
bag right there to see on the right-hand side and not pull that bag with him because it looked like it was ready to go.
Absolutely.
I think Kaleb Hurt single-handedly getting ready to bring back the jorts phenomenon.
Yeah.
Jorts. I think we Dark Bird Brewing. We had there was a jorts summer jorts beer on tap over there that we enjoyed. They had a nice selection, and of course here.
Oh man.
I might need to be here 3 days to get everything Molson Coors brought to the table for us.
I heard that.
It's the closest I've been to a tall boy since I stood next to Bob Heil and Joel Karnick.
There you go at the same time, right in between them.
Ice water in their veins and ice dripping off the side of my can.
Oh, the mountains were blue, baby.
All right, so each of them have one sitting up and out of play to the left. Michael just needs to clean it up, and he doesn't. He comes across his body, and it seemed like he rushed that one. And when he does that, it's almost inevitably where he ends up if he stays on the board.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really struggling since game 3 started of finishing off.
And 12-on-2, the dozen to the deuce right now. Kaleb Hurt, number 1 seed, as we made mention of, best of 3. He took game 2 back to force this game 3. Michael won the first one 21-20, so we've seen some great games here. You were watching along with us at AmericanCornhole.com or on the ACO Digital Network through the Facebook streaming right here at the Field of Dreams, the movie site, Dyersville, Iowa. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, side-by-side with the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett. Oh boy, and we're just seeing shot after shot after shot after shot making. It's so good.
Oh, and that's a little short.
A little bit short of where he probably would like that to be. No,
look at that. Hey, what?
That was a great shot. He just it went in with purpose. Now, boy, and he went to grab it.
5.
That's going to do it. Then see, this is right now. This is where I got nothing to lose really kicks in.
Absolutely.
And he tried to do the one that we saw him do right to left, where he grabbed that other bag and went with the force to make it happen, and he just missed it enough to skip off the right-hand side there. And that angle was that was rough.
You know, so far though, he's made those pushes.
Yeah, but
he just missed. Oh, and there's one a rare bird
throwing inside arm to try to come left to right like that, though. It's way different than what he was doing over here, coming across his body.
And that's another on-purpose block right there, I promise you.
With Kaleb with one off the back.
Yeah, that's what you do with that, too.
Just move it out of my way.
Yeah, what are you doing putting that back there, kid? And I was calling him kid. They're both kids.
Doors open.
Yeah. That's the newness of the bags right there.
All right, so now
let's see what Michael does. He
probably just pushed.
Yeah.
I think
I think he just run through these. They all those 3 fall. Kaleb has one staying up. He grabbed 5 points.
I don't think that one there at 11 to noon goes in. Oh well.
Oh, that's okay.
That is what it is.
I think he got 2.
All right, so he's going to take the deuce on there and add him and double up his 2-point. To 4 points, 17 on 4.
And Kaleb's very happy about that round right there. He goes from potentially giving up 5 to only giving up the deuce. But let's see if that can jumpstart Michael. And he is throwing that blocker on purpose. And it has worked pretty much every time.
It has. You've said it each time, and you're right. It's done what he wanted it to do when he did it. And then he went ahead and cleaned his own business up there.
Wow. And this is the time for Michael to lock in and pick up a big round. This could be another 5 spot. Yes, sir. And that's what it's going to be.
There it is. All right, one off the back.
Yeah.
They'll go down and tally up on Scoreholio. We'll continue to watch. You can watch along if you have a Scoreholio account. If you are a player and know the format, you can get in there and watch, and you can see who's still in the tournament here. Becky, standing off. She don't even have her camera anymore. No. She's got it slung around the back like she's a guitar player getting ready to ride the rails and go play in another town. All right, so Michael lays.
That's okay right there.
Low right. Yep. That'll get all cleaned up right there. And you're seeing a lot of that. It's almost like every frame is in two parts.
Yeah.
You know, those first couple bags do what they're going to do, and then it all really comes down to those last couple.
Yeah, you notice Caleb's throw or motion. Isaac, you could probably take a picture, and they're pretty much just alike.
Mm-hmm.
Nice finish by Michael Chittenden.
And he didn't pull it across over his body.
Yeah.
He's going to leave it up there and leave this.
There's that last bag-itis is what I'm going to call it.
Well, you know what? I mean, that hole turns into a pinhole, I guess, when you have one bag left and nothing left to lose. So he's going to go ahead and pop those two up there. Get the French fries on the board. And you feel for Becky, for their mom, because she doesn't have to do this once at every tournament. She has to do it exponential times, even with their sisters sometimes.
Even Rex playing.
I don't even know how she's got any nerves left. Again, thanks to all our bag partners here, the ACO. We have 8 of them that decided to be a part of the Choose Your Weapon program. The first 8 to get to it, IMF, Cornhole. Over the Top, OTT, doing the work. Blueprint Bags, Alpha Cornhole, TC Boards, 724 Bagger Company. That's what you see Kaleb throwing. The Project 13's one off the back.
That was that same shot, and this could be the game.
This could do it. Oh, boy. Okay.
I think he's got to block this one. Does he got through? No.
Lucky's.
He's got to go in the hole, actually.
Yeah, pitch bags, killer bees, basement bags. All part of the Choose Your Weapon program.
And a lot of partners here in the ACO. Oh, he tried to cut around it. This could be the game.
He's going to come through and push them both.
There it is.
And there they go. He drops them both.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it. 21 on 11 is going to be the final tally there as Kaleb Hurt, the #1 seed here in the Go the Distance Festival CornyForty Classic. He takes down Michael Chittenden in the best 2 of 3, 21-11 after fighting back to win Game 2 to force Game 3. And so he will move on. He and his brother Isaac Hurt both still battling for that #1 spot in the CornyForty Classic. It has been a lot of fun here so far all day long right here on center court. We've got lots more action to work our way to, and thanks to our friends at Kia, Finn and Kia here locally in Dubuque, Iowa. Dyersville, Iowa is where we find ourselves in the midst of just 1 or 2 stalks of corn at the Field of Dreams movie site. Philip, I say we take a little break, we get some more action lined up here for center court, and we come back and we continue working our way through the CornyForty Classic bracket. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, side by side with the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett. More action coming from the barn, in the barn. It's like a game of euchre. Got to get in the barn.
Got to get in the barn.
That's what you want to do here on the ACO Digital Network.